Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing super well. Today's video, I've got some products to show you guys, a little haul for you guys. I've got some Amazon products to get right into this video. So I was looking for a extra long stiletto full cover tip as flat as possible to showcase some nail designs on for you guys, ones that I was not going to be using to wear. And these were actually recommended to me by another nail artist that I know who uses these frequently. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give these a try and let you know what I think. Now, these came in recently and I had filmed this and I wanted to share them with you guys. As you can see, I pointed out a moment ago that some of them had broken loose. That's okay. They break off of them stems super easy, as you can see. Now, when you get full cover tips and you get them in different sizes, of course, this is how they're manufactured. They're broken off and sorted into different sizes for you guys, but these are all the same size. As you can see, they're a good size. They're not very structured. There is a well in there, but I personally wouldn't recommend these, at least for myself, to wear. I mean, you could, but these aren't the type of full cover tips that I would use for that purpose. But there's 240 of them in this kit for $7.99 from Amazon, so I will link it below. These also come in clear and black, so depending on your preferences, I wanted them in natural, of course. But as you can see, they break off super easy. Now, I did realize in the process of doing this that there actually was one broken, as you're getting ready to see on the side. But throughout the entire set of these, that is the only broken one, out of 240. So I'm not going to sweat one being broken. If a bunch of them were broken, I would definitely return in exchange for a replacement product. But as you can see, this is the only one in the whole set. So I'm not going to sweat just one. But if it was multiples, I would definitely not throw my money away and I would get a replacement. So these were also super easy to sort, also because they were all the same size. But I just used a recycled tip box from some that I had finished out. And they just kind of slid in there together and just kind of stacked on top of each other. So it took very little effort to store these away. So I'm going to set one of these aside. I want to test it out on prepping it and gel polish application. And I've got a nail tip stand here and some of that lovely little green gummy goo that, comes with your nail tip stands for application. I do like to use this. I also like to use the self-adhesive tabs for full cover press-ons application, but I don't always use those because sometimes if you're not careful, they can pull the finish off your nail tip stand. So since I'm just doing something super quick, the green is actually just going to work out super well for me. And it's super easy to clean off. If it does get stuck to the inside of your tip, just a little isopropyl alcohol will take it right off with a Q-tip. So I'm going to take just a regular 100 nail file. There's really nothing to file off here. I just wanted to see how easy it was to file the sides. It's nice, clean, straight lines. And there was just a little notch on the back from removing it from the stem. I'm just going to go over with a double-sided buffer really quick and buff the surface off. I wanted to see how quick and easy it is to remove the shine from the surface. Now, I do buff or use base coat on full cover tips for application a lot of times. Sometimes I don't. If it's not something I'm going to wear for an extended period of time, I'm just doing a nail design, I don't usually waste products or time. It just really depends on the nail design and the application as to what I do. But as you can see, it buffed off super easy and it didn't take any effort to get that shine off of there. So I'm going to go in with just a little bit of a swipe real quick from Young Nails and remove that dust from the surface. Before I apply any gel polish, I definitely do not want a dusty surface on my nail. So I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way so I can get started with applying some gel polish to this tip. So now that I have everything up and out of the way, I'm going to apply some gel polish to this tip. I'm going to use a nude color that I really like called Chai Zen from Medusa. It's a very lovely nude color. I use it from time to time, but it is one of my favorites. It applies beautifully, it cures beautifully. All their gel polishes do, so You'll see them all quite often in my content and on my nail designs because I really love to work with the products. So I'm just going to put a nice thin layer on here. I'm not going to do anything with the nail yet. I've got a little bit more unboxing to do first, but I wanted to go ahead and get this done and out of the way real quick. 60 seconds in the lamp, and I will set it aside to work with it later. So while that's in the lamp, I'm going to go ahead and open the next item that I got from Amazon. So I do a lot of nail designs and I buy a lot of products, so I like to keep plenty of swatch sticks around. I actually ordered another brand at the same time that I ordered these. Those came in really quickly. These took actually quite a while to get these. So it took me about a month to get these in, which is okay because they were higher quality. Now there are 150 in this set, which is amazing, for $6.98. Now I prefer natural swatch sticks actually because it does save me some coins in the long run, because clear swatch sticks, it may take 2 coats of application or even 3 with some gel polishes. These, it only takes me 1, maybe 2 at the max, but generally only takes me 1 coat application so I can see the color. Also, I did work with these a bit, flexed them really hard to make sure they weren't fragile. Some swatch sticks I've bought in the past have been really fragile and easy to break. These are definitely a lot more stable and well made. You can see the shape with these. So these are going to work beautifully for swatching gels, acrylics, gel polishes, glitters, what have you. So I do prep my swatch sticks as well. I like to buff them off. It makes them last longer. It gets better adhesion from when I put, my products on there. So I do like to buff them out. I am going to apply some gel polish to one of these for you guys to show you how beautifully these apply. And I always take that dust off of my swatch sticks as well. I don't want that to get in my gel polish. So this is definitely a great deal with this product. So if you're interested, these will also be linked down below for you guys in the description section, so you can check these out for yourself. 150 for $6.98. That is a great price. So definitely worth the money. So I'm going to use the same gel polish that I used on the full cover tip. I'm just going to do 1 coat of application. Then I will cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. But before I do, I will wipe off the bottom of my swatch stick with that same lint-free wipe. I don't want to get that gel polish to transfer from my swatch to the base of my UV LED lamp. It's not hard to clean off, but it's just an inconvenience, and I just try to avoid any excess work that I shouldn't have to do. So I always like to wipe them off so that does not get, onto the base of my lamp. So in the lamp, this is going to go, like I said, for 60 seconds, and that will be a full cure. Then I can wipe off that tacky layer when it's done. So this is what the full cover tip is looking like. This is the way it looks from the side. You can see how absolutely flat that is and how wonderful that's going to be for doing some nail art designs. So before I mess with that, I've got some other products. Now, I did want a new label maker, and I didn't really want to spend a whole lot of money. And I actually caught this one on sale at Walmart for $20. You can see I've already taken it out of the package. That was just an absolute steal of a price. And so I went ahead and put my little name on the top. So it's really basic, but still for $20, that's actually such a great price. I don't know why I had to push the button twice to get it to turn on, but I did. And you can see where I had just finished using it not long before that. So I'm still learning how to use it, but that's okay. It didn't take but a few seconds to pretty much figure it out. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Tizen name in here so I can put a label on my swatch stick. And it took me a second to find the Z because it was hidden at the bottom. Oh my gosh, it was like right there by the space bar. I'm like, where in the world was it? And then I'm just gonna back up and put the gel polish number in there. So it took me a second to get that done, made that coordinated, but I finally got it. And got it printed out. So super quick and easy when you know how to use them. But here it is. And yeah, I'm just going to take off that tacky layer off the surface, like I said. So now that that's wiped off and I've cleared off the label, I can go ahead and move this out of the way and get this apply to the swatch stick really quickly. It is a little bit wider than the swatch sticks, but that's okay. You know, and it is pretty simple. It does have some other options like borders and different fonts, but you know, this one worked out just fine. I mean, it's not that important as to what font or borders on there, as long as I've got, you know, a super quick, easy label to slap on my swatch stick. I am good to go. And it's nice and bold, so I can definitely see exactly what it is. Now, I could have put the manufacturer name on there, but I know exactly whose swatches these are, so definitely not going to get my Medusa polishes confused with any other brand, because they definitely, you know, stand apart from quite a bit of them. But this is how the back of it is. You know, you just put 4 AA batteries in there, super quick, you know, and then at the top you do have this little compartment. This is where your cartridge is going to go for your white paper or whatever paper you're putting in there. So it just pulls out and snaps right back into place really quick. It was a super easy setup. So there is a little booklet for it, so definitely could read that to find out all the techniques. So moving forward, I am going to be showing you guys my Dollar Tree haul. Yes, I did. I hit up the Dollar Tree. Love that store every once in a while. But look at these huge containers I got for $1. These are plastic too, which is great. Which means they are not going to fall and break. And I love the way that they're shaped. I was looking at the bottom of them to see if it did have some kind of size on there, but it didn't. So I'm not exactly sure how much weight and volume these will hold. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to figure out by trial. But I like the neck on them because it's going to make it super easy for pouring these. And they are a good size. So they're definitely going to hold quite a bit. Not sure yet how much, but we will see in possibly an upcoming video. But I also got these little tins. I thought these containers were super cool. There could be some kind of use for these, so I'm going to go ahead and get them out of the packaging so you can see these. These are great for crafts. You could decorate these and put gifts in these. You could do homemade balms and other, you know, lotions and products and store them in these. There's quite a bit you can do with these types of craft containers. And I was trying to think of a use that these would have for my nail art products. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, definitely let me know down in the comments section what you think. I would love to hear your feedback or your ideas on a very useful way to incorporate these into my nail storage. And I got a few of these, so I cannot wait to find a really good use for them. So moving on, I also got this neat little tray, this activity tray. I saw it and I was like, I could find a use for that. I like the fact that it's got kind of 4 little sections to it. It would probably be very helpful or useful with sorting out maybe bling or charms or some type of product, you know, simply because you can kind of keep them separated from each other just a little bit. There's that little bit of a ledge, and I love how quick and easy it was to take this label off of there, and it left no residue. So there's enough there of a ledge that you could, you know, keep them from sliding into each other, but you can also kind of scoot them over there if you needed to. So this is super neat. I can't wait to find a use for this. Also, I did get some more glass containers. They are beautiful for using for gifts. They're also good for storing certain types of fools and things in. So super handy, and I like the fact that you get 4 of them. And these are glass, so you definitely have to be careful with these because they're going to be really, really easy to break them if you're dropping them or anything like that. Now, plastic comes in handy, but the nice thing about glass is certain products don't stick to the inside of them anywhere near as easy as they will plastic, like glitters and stuff will stick to the inside of plastic a lot easier than the glass. But I got 2 sets of 4, so I definitely am going to have to find a useful way to use these. Next, I got some more of these. Now, I love these. These are great for cleanup. These are sometimes in the makeup or the nail product aisle too. Just kind of depends on where you get them at. Now, I got these at the dollar store, And I love them because they don't come apart when you're using them. When you get them wet, the lint and stuff doesn't come off. Also, I got this. I thought this would be very useful to maybe store some of the backgrounds that I use from time to time. This is a retractable storage item, and you can unroll this and store anything that you want to store into it that'll fit in it. It's like you can see how it's made. And I was like, I could roll up maybe my little backgrounds, because it does say here that you can store posters in it. You can use these for your pencils, your brushes, or whatever. I wouldn't put my nail brushes in this, but I'm definitely going to try and see if my backgrounds will fit in it. I'm definitely going to keep it though. I will find a use for it either way it goes, even if my backgrounds don't fit in it. But, you know, for $1, it was definitely worth picking this up, because there's always going to be something that I can find, you know, to do with it. So the label comes off super clean, just a little cut to take the tape off, and it's got this neat little handle on it, so I can hang this up to get this out of the way. So it's going to come in super handy. So next I did get this random item. I walked down one of the aisles where they did have nail polishes and stuff, and I never buy that stuff from the Dollar Tree because I use certain brands of products, but they did have this cleanup tool to remove your gel polish, and I like the way that this is shaped. You know, you could use this to push cuticles back. You know, it definitely is shaped well for that, but it's got this nice little point on the end of it, and it's pretty thick and sturdy, and it looks like it would scrape gel polishes off after you've done a soak really quickly and really easily. So definitely was a nice find at the Dollar Tree. And as you can see, you would probably just kind of have that same scraping motion like that. So this is going to definitely come in handy. I cannot wait to test this out, because I could use that for other things as well. So getting all this stuff out of the way, I did buy some random stuff. Now there was these confettis in the party aisle, and I liked the ones in the middle. I thought that those would be really cool to use as nail sequins, but they had these other shapes. Of course, they're a little big for nails, but you could probably get the pineapples and stuff to fit, just like these little flamingos on the inside of the top of that bag. You could probably fit those on nails, but I'll definitely find another use for the sequences. But I did want the ones in the center more than anything. I just love them. They're so super pretty. I also got some really neat other things. I was looking in the stickers aisle, and they had these transfers over there. Okay, so these are transfer foil. Now they are big, and there are some in there that will fit actually on nails, but the patterns jumped out at me over top of the fact of the overall shapes, because there are some really neat patterns. Now these are usually for flat surfaces. I also got these little hummingbirds. I thought these were super pretty with the holographic around it. Hummingbirds are my absolute favorite. And also for backgrounds and other things, I thought these stickers right here were super neat. I love how thick and realistic looking they are, the way they're shaped. And these are definitely going to be nice to do some kind of background or decor, decorating around for the holidays. And it's fall right now going into winter, so these were absolutely perfect for that. So I'm going to get all the extra stuff out of the way, and I wanted to try something just different. I wanted to see how well the transfer would happen onto the nail. And so I read the back with the directions. They're super quick, simple directions. You essentially are just going to cut out the shape. You're going to remove the backing off of it, and you're going to place it on a flat surface and then rub the design onto that. Now, these are pretty hard. This is not a really super thin, flexible sheet that these transfers are on, but I will tell you guys, they come off super quick and easy. So I kind of cut in. I found this one butterfly in the middle that I thought was super cute. So I went ahead and cut out that butterfly. Takes a little second with cutting around to make sure you don't cut into the other ones, but I finally got it out. and all I had to do was just peel off the back, and it took me a second, but I finally got a hold of it, and it was really quick and easy to take it off once I did get a hold of it. So it actually came off super clean and super easy, so it was no fuss at all to try to get it off of there. But it did stick to my glove for just a second. So I kind of looked it over and decided that I was going to get a set of tweezers to kind of grab a hold of it, because I did cut it pretty close to the design. I didn't want to accidentally rub it with my fingers. So like I said, this is hard, it's not really flexible, but the design on there takes no effort at all to transfer. Literally zero effort. It's not like a transfer foil that's made for nails where you have to kind of really rub and rub and rub and rub, and you have to apply a certain coat to it. You know, these aren't made for nails, but you know, craft stuff, it was still fun to test it out and try it and see if it would come off of there. And I was actually just rubbing it more for measure than it was for the fact that it needed to be. I just wanted to make sure, and I kind of was looking at it and I thought it wasn't coming off of there, and it kind of kept looking the same. And then when I finally peeled it off, I realized it had come off of there the entire time, and I was spending the extra seconds rubbing it for absolutely no reason. But yes, you'll see me rubbing it and rubbing it for a second, but it really wasn't necessary. So when I finally peeled it off there, I was just blown away with how quick and clean it came off. Now, it's not so obvious with this background. I touched it to see if it would rub off, and just by touching it, it didn't do anything. So I cut out another little shape, and I picked one of these little bitty flowers because I was like, the tip of this nail is pretty small. But like I said, these aren't made for nails, but I thought it was, you know, just a neat little idea to test out and experiment with and see if they would transfer, if they would stay on there, you know, what it would look like. And I wish now, you know, I had put a darker background on there, because it turned out so pretty, and with the light hitting it, it's kind of hard to see it. But it was a lot of fun, like I said, to experiment, and it did turn out really cool. And I like the patterns on these. I definitely will try this again with some nail designs in the future. Some of these patterns and these shapes on there would look really, really cool by themselves. So I went ahead and coated this with a non-wipe top coat. I was just kind of going over it, you know, nice and gentle. I didn't want to rub it hard or spread it around, but it did not affect it at all. It was not breaking it up or doing anything to it. So I'm just going to stick that in the lamp and cure that for 60 seconds so we can see how it turned out. And here it is. Hopefully you can see it. It's so pretty. That butterfly is so super pretty on there. If it was on, like I said, a darker background, it would have really popped with that gold. But definitely a lot of fun to play with that. I cannot wait to experiment with some of the other images on them transfers, because I think they would look so super pretty on some press-on nail designs. So last but not least, I also got a ton of butterflies. We definitely love some butterflies up in here. And my daughter really, really, really is into butterflies. She always has been, knows like everything about every butterfly ever. And I saw these and I was like, oh my gosh, and she absolutely loved them. So I picked up quite a variety of these. And what I think is super neat about these types of stickers is they're dimensional. So I also got some large butterflies. I'm going to take one of these out to show you guys what they look like outside of the packaging. I mean, you can kind of get the gist of what they look like, but you know, I also got some flowers to go with the butterflies, and I thought these were super pretty. I got a couple different variety of the flowers. So there is all kinds of neat dimensional stickers. I could not believe, and you can see they've got like a little sticky foam which isn't going to, you know, tear up your paint or anything. And then you can, you know, maneuver the wings around and kind of give them a little bit more dimension. But these were so super cute. I absolutely love these. And so I know quite a few butterfly lovers out there would absolutely adore these stickers. And like I said, they had a little bit of everything for everybody. And these flowers are made just the same way. Now, they don't really move a whole lot. Now, you probably could, you know, move them and bend them a little bit, but I think they're just so super pretty the way that they're made. And they really, really complement the butterflies. So if you're doing like some wall designs, these stickers, these types of stickers will come in super handy. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. And I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.